Hi, hello there again. I've been asked to do a video on Dota. Well, I was asked the question, what is Dota 2? Someone saw the first vid I posted, and they weren't sure like what the game is about, and it looked totally confusing to them. So I'm going to do a video explaining what Dota is about. What do you do, the aims, maybe some builds and so on. This may be done on the span of one video or maybe multiple video. I'm not sure yet. I don't want it to be too long as to make it too boring. So I'm on my profile here, and as you could see in the library, all the heroes that are presently in the game right now, and there are three main classifications of heroes. As you could see, strength, agility, and intelligence. So as we say in-game, intel heroes. Strength heroes mostly tanky. They're the ones who most durable. They have the most HP. Um, all around, mostly tankish characters. That's their base strength. Each character has strength, intel, and agility, but only one attribute would be the main attribute per hero, depending on who the hero is. So, for example, Earthshaker, his main attribute is strength. Each, and as for all the heroes, they would have some measure of agility, some measure of intel, but the main attribute for him would be strength. And depending on the hero, that's the characteristic you would build towards in terms of strengthening. The agility heroes, they're mostly the ones that would be what you call the carries. They hit fast, do a lot of damage, and carry the game. They're like the killers, the assassins, the snipers, and whatnot. And the inhale heroes, mostly they would be the supports in the group, the ones who would put the wards, they buy the courier, uh, build the support items that would be all around beneficial towards the team. However, not all intel heroes are supports, but I just speaking generally to give you an idea. So that's terms of the attributes of the heroes. So to answer the question, what is Dota, or as some people say Dota? It's a multiplayer online battle arena game or battleground. Depends. I think it's battle arena or MOBA, MOBA. I won't go too deep into the history, but it stems from the old World of Warcraft 3 Frozen Throne modification that came across as a result from the original Warcraft 3 series. As you could see, this guy wants to take my mid. As you could see, it consists of two teams. The Radiant, as I'm pointing out here, that's the side I am on, and the other side, the opposing side, called the Dire. This is the minimap of the entire battleground here. This is the key to winning the game, but that's not important right now. The aim of the game, as you would see here, is you have to reach the enemy's base. Basically, who could reach the other side first and destroy each other's ancient. So this is my team, the Radiance Ancient, and across here is the enemy side. Of course, we can't see the enemy side or where the enemy is at this point in time because the darkness is called the fog of war. The fog of war hides the enemy's activities, so you can't see their location or where they're at, only if they come into the light. And as you notice on my side of the map, my half of the map, the Radiance half of the map, there are lighted areas along the way. Those areas are lighted because of the towers that protect the lane. So in order to reach the other side, to the enemy's ancient to destroy it, you first have to get through the heroes that would be guarding the lanes and the ancient, and also get through these towers. So while trying to reach to the other side, the enemy's ancient, you also focus on leveling your hero and earning gold at the same time. You level up by killing creeps and also earn gold by killing creeps, as you would see here when I last hit this creep. So I just got 42 gold there, and if you watch my experience bar, I would also gain some more experience every time I killed one, every time I get a kill, making me level up. And this is true also of heroes. For example, if I were to get a kill on Bloodseeker, I would earn significantly more gold than what the creeps would be giving me, and definitely more experience. So I'm gonna try to get a kill here. And as you can see, I got a level from that kill and definitely more gold, as you can see from this message here, 500 gold. And of course, I've earned some level of coin in terms of gold here. So it's now time to upgrade my character, so to speak. Well, buy my items. Now you buy items from clicking on the shop here, and all the items, basic items you need or would be purchasing would be available here. Some of the luxury items like the Daedalus and so on would have items that you would purchase in the secret shops at the sides. As you can see, there are different items listed here. There are two secret shops, one for the Radiant, which is over here in top lane, and one for the Dire, which is close to the middle lane. So, as I said, some heroes are item dependent. According to what you put on the hero, you could either mess them up or, basically enhance the character. Sniper is a character, for example, he needs speed and damage. This would vary for the different types of character, depends on who you play. And also, there's a starting item list, suggested items. I admit these are not always the best choice. I build according to my experience at times, and the suggested items do help in terms of a guide. Um, First thing you need to do is get movement speed. This will help you move forward and also escape. So I have enough money, so I will buy up power treads for him. This would definitely enhance sniper's speed in terms of movement and attack speed. And I would also give him buy another item for speed, which will later build into a maelstrom, which would also give him some more added speed and damage. So as I go on with my series and I play different characters, you would see the different item build I would go with. But for now, this is just a simple tutorial on the basics of Dota. So for now, once you're starting, you practice with your bot games, you could use the suggested items. Um, and as experience come along, you could experiment with different builds, different items, see how they work on the character, whether they work or not. Stuff like that. So as you could see here, I am about to push the first tower, and this will help me gain some ground in reaching the enemy's enchant. So then I'll have one less barrier standing in my way, and it would be the same for top lane. They would destroy each successive tower as well, and same for the bot lane. Try to gain headway to the ancient to have it being destroyed, to destroying it, sorry. Now as I approach the second tower, this is called tier 2. Likewise the first tower is called tier 1. So I'm now destroying the tier 2. Also, as you can see, I'm backing away from the creeps. You don't want to be alone with creeps unless you have like massive damage where they won't do anything to you. And as you can see, tier 2, they are trying to protect it. Because now I've made significant progress towards the ancients. Made deeper inroads into their territory. Now as you can see, I've made significant progress in destroying the tier 1 and the tier 2, and I'm now at what you call racks. It's one of the last towers, well, not in lane, but second to last towers called tier 3 that protect what is known as racks. There are two racks, melee and range. This is the melee one here, this is the range racks. These are responsible for spawning the creeps you see. You destroy the racks, you get what you know as super creeps. They are bigger, stronger, and more HP, do more damage. So you definitely now would have an advantage in terms of lane push if you could get destroy the barracks, or as Dota players would say, racks. So I normally go for the melee ones first because you have more melee and only one range would spawn to the group of melee. So you want a big advantage as possible. So as you could hear the message, the middle barracks has fallen. So because I have managed to make it this far up the lane, I was able to destroy their barracks, as you could see. So my creeps would now be spawning, my barracks would now be spawning super creeps, and as you can see they are about the same size here as the regular creeps on the other side, but the newer creeps that would spawn would be slightly bigger, as you've noticed, compared to the enemy creeps that is now smaller. In order for them to equalize their lane, which is the mid lane, they would now have to push their lane to my lane and destroy my barracks here. But because now I have an advantage, it would kind of be a little tougher for them. They would probably have to regroup and make a push, but this is for tutorial purposes, so I'm just showing you the mechanics of the game and just barely the basics. So just to end the video, we're almost there. I won't keep it too long. Once you get racks in the base, you go straight for the ancient. However, this is not as easy as it sounds, because the ancient is still guarded by two towers, and well, they would be tougher towers than the rest. Tier 1, as you progress, the strength of the towers increase. And these are the final two towers that would stand in your way of destroying the ancients. So once you have that down, basically have free hits on the ancient because,
As you say.
as you would observe, I can't attack the ancient at all.
Spotted.
So I need to do things. You need to do things in a certain order. For likewise, I couldn't destroy the tier 2 tower without first going through tier 1. So as in the case of bot lane that still have their towers up, you need to destroy the tier 1 before you could destroy the tier 2. So there's no way, if you would watch the minimap, you could bypass tier 1 and go to tier 2. Is protected. You have to do it within a certain order of the game. Likewise, you couldn't sneak through the river, go straight to the barracks and destroy the barracks. You have to go within the order. But seeing that as I made this breakthrough through the mid lane, we already have an inroad inside, so you could go straight now to the enchant, destroy the two towers that guard in the ancient, and then destroy the ancient and you win. Another thing about the game as well, along the rivers on either end, as I would ping there and over here, they spawn runes every 2 minutes. These are things, runes are items that will help you with magical stuff. For example, this one is haste. So if I go ahead and take that, my character has maximum speed within the game, 522, which is maximum, so I could basically outrun everybody and anybody in the game.
As you say.
You could also use it to reach to another part of the map very quickly. There are also
My
other
spotters
runes
die
such as regen that will regen your health and mana. Double damage, which will give you twice the amount of damage that your character already has. And there's also invisibility, in which you could use to
Yes.
sneak up on someone to get a kill or use it to escape.
Yeah.
There are different runes, you use it in different ways, and that kind of helps along the way. They spawn every 2 minutes, so depends on if you're playing the bottle game or not. You could bottle the rune, keep it, use it at a later time, or just activate it and use it right away as you. So I used it and ran straight up the
You die.
the river to reach to the other side very quickly.
Yes.
So to finally end, win the game, you've destroyed all the towers along the lanes, you pushed up, you got your barracks,
Easy shot. I'm under attack.
you finally get these two towers that are guarding the enemy's enchant, and you could also fortify so that they won't take any damage for maybe a couple seconds. And now that I finally destroy the two towers, this is what I'm talking about. Now I could finally hit the enchant, do some damage, and as you could see, with each hit, the ancient would lose life, and as soon as it reached down to 0, I would have won the game. I would have reached the enemy's ancient and won the game, and won it for, well, with my side, my team then. And that is the aim of Dota. You push, you level up, make gold, enhance your characters, get your items, and destroy the enemy's ancient. And this is the basics of Dota. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, feel free to comment. And this is the basics of Dota. See you, YouTube.